Today, we're going to be talking about oil and gas. This is a great investment. If you're not looking to get involved in real estate, but you're still looking for something to reduce your overall taxable income. It doesn't require a ton of work. This is a great option for you. And when you make an oil and gas investment, typically you're going to be putting it into a large company that already has some operation going. You're going to be able to get losses from that to then offset your overall taxable income. This is a pretty simple strategy, pretty straightforward. So I'm not going to talk a ton about this. We'll probably do one, maybe two videos on this. But from an overall standpoint, what we're looking at is when you make that investment, you're buying what's called intangible drilling costs, or IGCs. This is tangibles, and you have tangible drilling costs, which is your obviously your tangible items, right? So your intangible drilling costs are things like your fuel, the wages, lubricants, and other small like tools and stuff like that are required within the overall operation. Your tangible drilling costs are the large drills and the large items that can actually be depreciated over a certain period of time. Okay, so and then like depreciable items. Your intangible drilling costs typically make up anywhere from 60 to 80% of the overall investment that you make, and obviously the remainder goes into the tangible drilling costs. Now, why this is substantial is these intangible drilling costs are the portion that you get to write off in the first year. Okay, so these are the fully deductible portions. Okay, so what this means is if you make an investment of $100,000 into an oil and gas operation, you can take anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 of that as a loss in the first year. Just substantial. You get a good write-off for it, and it can offset your active income. Now, how to get this as a write-off? Because if you remember back in our previous videos, we've talked about Section 469 and needing to materially participate in an activity in order to take the losses. As long as you have what's called a working interest in this investment, meaning that you are fully liable for that investment, right? If something goes wrong, you hold liability in that overall investment. You are able to take the losses from this investment against your ordinary income and take it as a deduction on your tax return, which is great. Now, obviously, as you can tell, this is not as substantial as real estate. It's a little bit more limited, right? With real estate, if you were to take this $100,000 and put it as a down payment on like a $500,000 property, you'd be looking to get anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 of write-offs in that first year that you buy that property. Whereas this, on the flip side, you're looking at getting anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 in that first year that you make the investment, which is still good. It's not bad, especially if you're getting into the fourth quarter of the year and you can't find any real estate properties to get into, or if you're not looking like you're gonna be able to hit the real estate professional status, then this is a great option, a great second option to get into to reduce your tax liability. Along with that, your cash on cash returns within an oil and gas investment are pretty general. They're around 8 to 12% cash on cash returns. You do get an annual cash flow from these as well as a principal payback certain amount of time down the road, depending on the investment. When you make these investments, the companies that you're investing into should give you a full portfolio breakdown of the investment so you can see your estimated cash flows, you can see your estimated return dates, you can kind of get a rough idea of what that looks like. Now, as all investments, you want to make sure that you do your research with the company that you're investing into. You want to make sure that you're investing into a very reputable company and a reputable name to make sure that you are getting involved in an operation that's going to be successful. The last thing you want to do is take $100,000, give it to some dude off the street who's looking to try to dig for oil. Make sure you go with a reputable company that does this a lot and knows what they're doing. But again, this can be a great way to get a quick bump in your overall tax liability and reduce it by 60 to 80% of that initial investment. All right, thanks guys.